Hello everyone and welcome to Reading with Reference Day. My name is Kim Christopher. I'm a reference librarian with the Haverford Township Free Library, and today, just as usual with Reading with Reference, I'm here to talk about some reading recommendations I have. So, first I have here today the book Monster by A. Lee Martinez. And this is just a hilarious read, a great one, where it's as though Terry Pratchett himself had been commissioned to write this book in the spirit of Men in Black, where Monster, the protagonist of the story, he works for what is called the Cryptobiological Containment and Rescue Services. Basically, they're a secret branch of the Animal Control Services who come in to take care of the monsters that are causing daily havoc in your lives and make you forget that this whole thing ever happened. And, well, Monster, working for this agency, he's just going about his daily routine, capturing those monsters, trying to stay alive, collecting the fees, and also dealing with some personal issues in his life. His girlfriend, who's the girlfriend from hell, literally, she's a succubus. And, well, on just another job, in this case, to capture some yetis who are causing some problems at a convenience store, eating up all the ice cream, he encounters a girl called Judy, who's just this everyday, average kind of girl who hates her job but does it and lives an ordinary life other than that. But Monster, after taking care of the job, he notices something very odd and annoying, where creatures and monsters of all sorts and size start popping up out of thin air, and, well, they start trying to kill Monster or wreck his home, and with the prodding of others and to his reluctance, Monster investigates and finds out that Judy is actually a very important and central person in the universe. And, well, without her knowing it, she is also part of a plot to annihilate the human race and perhaps maybe the entire universe itself. And Monster, once again, he's reluctantly dragged into this whole mess, and he must find a way now to, well, save his own life, as well as try and stop the plot to destroy the entire universe, and rescue the damsel in distress, Judy in this case, although she'll never want to be the damsel in distress. To say the least, she, well, punches Monster for trying to save her at one point, but yeah. So, Monster, it's just a fun read, done in sort of the spirit of Terry Pratchett. Martinez, he just really does a great job in sort of emulating those sort of funny scenarios that sort of defy logic and physics. And also, I would highly recommend this as a read if you're a fan of Harry Potter even, just because it has sort of the Harry Potter vibe in regards to this hidden magical world that we muggles, if you want, aren't aware of, and when it appears before us, the agents of the Cryptobiological Containment and Rescue Services, or wizards if you want again, appear and take care of the mess and obliviate, or in their case, write magical runes to make you forget the whole thing ever happened. And yeah, so much of that reminding me of Harry Potter and many other things I can't talk about today without spoiling the whole story here. Terry Pratchett, Men in Black, it is just a great combination of so many stories and genres that make it such a fun read. And so I can't emphasize just how much I recommend Monster as a read. It is a great sci-fi fantasy book that I just had a wonderful time reading. And then today, for the final recommendation, I have here Long Walk to Valhalla by Adam Smith and Matthew Fox. And there's nothing really extraordinary about this book. It didn't receive critical acclaim upon its release, no nominations or awards or anything, but what drew my attention to it is the catchline of the story of Rory of Arkansas, the protagonist of the story. You are going to die today. And that's something the protagonist of this story never expected to hear, as he's just this everyday average kind of Joe who lives in a small town in a very remote rural part of Arkansas where everybody knows everybody, nothing out of the ordinary ever happens in the town. And, well, Rory, he's actually at the start of the story accepted a job in the big city and is setting off to begin a new life in that city. And in the process of it, he encounters a little girl who makes that proclamation of that he's going to die, saying that she is an Valkyrie, having been sent by Odin himself to escort him to the afterlife. And, well, naturally, Rory, being a logical human being, he doesn't believe a word of what she's saying, but decides to entertain her fantasy and tag along with her on the journey to Valhalla. And in the process, he begins something of a journey of self-discovery as Rory, as the story unfolds, it's shown that he has a lot of personal demons that he's trying to escape by going to the big city, thinking that he can just start anew and escape all his problems. But as we, the readers, are shown in the story, yeah, the only way he can escape it is by confronting him head on. And Smith and Fox, the reason I would recommend this as a read in the end is that they just do a wonderful job in terms of just exploring human emotions, relationships, in trying to show how we should deal with our personal demons. They tried to make it sort of a fantasy element in here, but Rory has a younger brother, Joe, in the story, who sees what they call the beautiful things or creatures, pretty things, that is, and, well, Joe is seen as retarded, as they say in the story, mentally impaired, and these pretty things, there's nothing saying that the authors meant it to be this way, but for me, they serve as sort of an allegory for confronting personal demons, because when everything is calm and peaceful, when life is just great, so to speak, those pretty things are calm and peaceful. And then when emotions flare, people start getting into fights, fist fights and other things, those pretty things become vicious monsters ready to rip you apart just for being so angry. And the only way Rory finds that they become calm is to just sit down and talk it through, not just, try and be angry about it, throw the fist and fight it out, just talk it through and confront those demons. And again, there's nothing saying they meant that to be in the story, but yeah, so I would highly recommend it just because of just, how the authors did sort of this exposition, you could say, exploring human emotions, how to confront your personal demons. And on a side note, also, why I would recommend it is if you are a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio and Johnny Depp, if you're familiar with the movie they did together in the early 1990s, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, this just has a very familiar sort of feel to it. Just two brothers, one who's the responsible person in the family, the younger brother who's mentally impaired but also sees the world in such a innocent and beautiful manner. The parent who can't express her love is sort of careless in a way. Small town, and yeah, there's just so much about this book that reminded me of that movie, and I loved that movie when I watched it, when I had seen it for the first time. And so yeah, Long Walk to Valhalla, I highly recommend it as a graphic novel read because of the human element to the story, as well as just the references, well, not so much references, but the feeling that it has to the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape, if you, again, are familiar with Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio's works. But yeah, great graphic novel read, great science fiction fantasy book. These are two I hope you have a chance to pick up and read and enjoy as much as I did. And, well, that is all I can say about these two recommendations. And until we talk again next week, the library, please know, it is now open, so you can come in and check out the collections, browse, and find these books if you like, and others. And the hours are slightly different, where it's Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Friday, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can come in, use our computers, check things out. Request times like regular from other libraries if we don't have something on hand. We are also still doing our contactless curbside pickup, and you can either just call us for that or fill out one of the request forms online. And until we see each other again, everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and take care, everyone.